see Arkansas here, the top seed in the South region, advancing. And they will play on Friday. Network to be determined. Apologies for that mistake, but Friday against Butler for North Carolina as Jefferson goes to the hole.
There's 5 players that average 10+ points per game. It's only 9 schools in the NCAA that does that. Great D by South Carolina.
Again, a reminder, we're in Greenville, South Carolina, 100 miles from Columbia, on the campus of South Carolina, as Jefferson powers his way in. Count the basket. South Carolina just keeps churning out this offense in the second half. Dozier now with 9 points.
South Carolina zone makes it tough for Duke to penetrate and kick, which is what they love to do.
Jefferson, a left-handed floater, nicely done. This is a monster possession for Duke. Gotta have points. Jefferson spins his way in. Jefferson scores the basket, and it's up. And Jason Tatum, one of the great ISO players in the game. Kennard with that quick release, can't get the bounce. Jefferson the board and the putback for the pick. Steal for Jefferson. Tatum on the take. Tatum had it blocked, and there is Jefferson.
Down the rest of the stretch.
If Duke finishes it up here, they're comfortably ahead. They will await the winner of South Carolina and Marquette, which is coming up next, and that should be a dandy. And there's going to be a lot to recommend for that one. We are here in Greenville, South Carolina, 100 miles from Columbia. It is going to be a packed house full of fans of the Gamecocks and their return trip to the NCAA tournament. Grayson Allen gives it up. Nice pass in there. Jefferson scores with 6 on the
line is going to be a big key. Can Notre Dame keep Duke off the line? Well, it's amazing how many free throws the last 2 games. Duke has shot 68 free throw attempts against Louisville and then North Carolina.
Jefferson, good position. Left hand, got it.
So quick when he gets the ball. Astoria. Notre Dame, they can get hot. They score their points in bunches. Oftentimes they'll get off to a slow start. But all they need to do is see the ball go through the hoop a couple of times, and they're a totally different offensive team.
Kennard a half step on Pfluger. Good help by Colson.
Pfluger's a physical, strong defensive player.
Jefferson again.
He looks totally different. Bonzie Colson's got a lot of game, and once he gets started, he has given up a ton of size to Harry Giles, but I don't think he's given up any length at all.
Purposely haven't said wingspan all night long, leaving it for you, and you're not taking it. Inside Jefferson.
Bonzie Colson. Not only did Steve Vastoria keep his dribble, he never changed expression.
I don't think he's changed expression in 4 years.
I think it happens all the time for him.
Allen to Jefferson. Duke back on top. The floor, and twice has been rewarded with a dunk in the last minute or so. Vastoria turns it over.
Great play by Matt Jones. 2 or 3 times Matt Jones on drives by Notre Dame has been able to knock that ball away. Once against Colson and once against Vastoria.
Jackson to Jefferson. Spins into some traffic and finishes anyways.
Boy, what a nice move.
And it winds up with Beecham missing a 3 and the ball down to Kennard. Jefferson deep position, finishes. Beecham. Duke ball with a chance to retake the lead. Kennard behind the back twice and kicks it off to Jones.
Pretty good handle, huh? In traffic.
Well, good matchups. Pfluger on Kennard.
And then Beecham on Tatum.
Jefferson was open for a moment. Colson recovers. Jefferson trying to back him down, and he will. Pinson with a drive. Kennard knocks it away.
What an alert play by Luke Kennard.
Jefferson.
He was open right away.
Getting deep position and making it look easy over Meeks to bring Duke back. Again, they trailed most of the day against Louisville yesterday. Came back from 12 down to win it. They were down 13 to Carolina earlier here in the second half. But with Joel Berry on the bench with 4 fouls, For better than 10 minutes he was out, and Duke outscored Carolina 29-14 with Barry sitting on the bench. Jefferson, Tatum each with 4, both back into the game now for the Blue Devils.
Got a mismatch inside with Britt guarding Jefferson.
And Jefferson will take advantage.
And just throwing right over the top, and Anas Mahmoud is looking a little like Shemek Karnowski.
Playing point center, if you will, right now for Louisville. Here's a nice look from Kennard to Jefferson.
That's good stuff, Allison.
All the way to the hole, tip in out of nowhere. Comes up to Brooklyn next year. And they're supposed to go to Charlotte and then back to Greensboro. And all of that still to be determined by what happens with that House Bill 2 in North Carolina. It's just one man's opinion. Mr. Boeheim likes the big cities.
Yeah, and you can tell. I mean, the reality is having it on Tobacco Road is fantastic. It gives those guys a distinct advantage from a fan perspective. So I can understand where he's coming from. I'm not sure I fully agree with him.
Duke's had a number of offensive rebounds, which has allowed them to maintain this 3-point lead, and a really good move by
today. Clemson, the team that shoots about 72% from the foul line. Been really good there today.
Kennard, you talk about downhill. He was going downhill. Watch out, Tatum. Good dish to Jefferson, who lays it up and in. Off the window. Can you do that?
What?
Throw the football with the opposite hand?
I could brush my teeth with my left hand. That's about it.
That's impressive, too. You got one of those electric toothbrushes, so you just turn it on, or you actually manual the whole thing?
Oh,
look at Amile with the ball fake.
Jason Tatum, he turns it over.
Pinson. And Carolina actually out-rebounded by Duke by 1 in the first matchup at Cameron. You don't hear that very often. Carolina's good at rebounding too.
Gives them a legit low post player along with Kennedy Meeks. They can really attack inside and go after matchups themselves.
Jefferson, who just had his senior night a few days ago, drives and reverses.
Now 2 of his last 13 from 3. He needs to get 1 to go down to start feeling better about things and become more confident offensively, because he is a great defender.
A good pace in the early going here in Chapel Hill. Jefferson just keeps on going and banks home another one. Senior night for Hicks. Senior night for Meeks. Meeks down with a rebound. Long pass deflected away by Kennard.
Well, you just have to throw that ball ahead. That wasn't a very good pass by Kennedy Meeks. Just throw it ahead and let the offensive player run through it.
Jefferson, who had some very good moments offensively early in the first half. Terrific move. And
his offensive rebound rate close to 20% when he's on the floor. He averages 7.5 offensive rebounds per 40 minutes.
Jefferson. Got Bradley in the air and finished.
The offensive glass that came up empty.
And North Carolina held a 43 points. There's Jefferson all the way to the rack for an easy game coming with Miami at FSU on Saturday.
It's home. You're right. And they're 17-0 at home. Those Bulls fans should be out there in full force.
But a little different team on the road, as you pointed out, 3-5 on the road. That's also Duke's road record, incidentally.
I think it's most clubs. Nice little two-man game.
Jefferson to the other side of the iron. What a nice.
We got to find a way to get easy points in transition and putbacks.
I think Kamaji showing that he still has a long way to go on the offensive end. Great gift from Tatum. Jefferson will finish that. Nice. Jones. Kennard driving the paint. That hung on the iron and tipped in by Jefferson. Rattan Mays slicing in.
You know, nice little transition right there. They got to make some things happen defensively. If Florida State wants to get in the game, they got to come up with some stops, and then Bacon's got to contribute something offensively.
Jefferson 3 fakes and he finishes. Force that one. And Golaronis with a miss. A double miss as Forrest came up empty. Florida State has missed about 12 layups tonight. Jefferson and 1.
He's not missing layup.
And it's rebounded by Jefferson, who comes in averaging just under 9 boards per game. Jones has been struggling with his shot, but he provides so many other things for this Duke squad.
Bolden on the floor, great looking prospect as well. Strong, tough, ducks in.
And as Grant mentioned, the ability to offensive rebound against his zone.
Blue Devils open up 2 of 7 from the field. Jones with 5 to shoot, needs some help. Jefferson ball fake. Jefferson lays it in. Veteran and controls for Miami. Reed aggressive. Denied by the rim. And Reed goes down.
Didn't have to be in a hurry there. Run your offense.
Bernard, high screen from Bolden.
And they got mixed up on their defense. They've been into 2-3.
Tirico, John Ward. Hey, I wonder if Tirico paid for that seat. He got enough money from NBC.
Bernard pass for a second. Jefferson got it to go.
Nice pass at all.
He was trying hard to draw that foul.
Smart play, but a good shot. Entry again.
And a foul for Amile Jefferson.
A pass on a dime. Yes, sir. Gillum has been a star of stars for Syracuse. They usually win when he plays well. We'll see what's going to happen here. 5:45 left.
How about that pass? Boy, Jason.
In that game against the Cavs, a season high for Jason Tatum. Back to Duke. Jefferson, he got that surgery. Came back for the February 4th game against Pittsburgh. Jeff Capel went 4-3 as the acting head coach for Duke. Jefferson backing in, got his defender in the air and lays it in.
Well, now, if you're going to help off somebody, wouldn't you help off him?
Kennard the miss. Jefferson pumps it up on the cylinder.
Effectively on the defensive end. That's one reason why we haven't heard from him.
Tatum with a catch and fire. Tip back to Kennard.
See, there's another offensive rebound.
Jefferson got his defender in the air and lays it.
Basket, and Wake really has to dig in on the defensive end. They're not noted for their defensive play, but they've got to do something to turn this momentum around.
Allen leaves it for Jefferson for the jam.
It's not a big deal for him either.
Spirited play between both teams, and why not? Jefferson, power move.
Battling back after they got down.
Wake Forest has lost 5 in a row in the series, 17 in a row inside Cameron Indoor Stadium. Jefferson attacks the glass.
Tatum will try a 3. No good. Offensive rebound for Duke. And Jefferson working on Salt, gets him in the air and lays it up and in.
Well, Amile Jefferson.
Tough pass as Werder had his hands up there and deflected it on the inbounds.
Yeah, that was almost a layup. Oftentimes in that set, the screener is the one that's going to be open rather than the cutter.
Great move by Amile Jefferson.
Team that time, and it was a great skip pass, which was a terrific way to beat a double team. And coaches get you shots. Players have to make shots.
Allen on the drive. Nice pass. Jefferson's first point.
Flashes, Wes. He had a career high 10 assists against Virginia Tech. And then he would come out and he didn't score against the Florida State team.
Yeah. Back to 11. The lead for Duke. Jefferson with Thomas there. And he'll score with the right hand at the Tiger bench. Kennard. On the drive. Back for Jefferson. And Blossom gained the foul.
If I'm versus a turnover, a bad shot lead to a fast break. At least you got some defense set. Out on the perimeter. And a zone look here for Pitt. They drive it, they post it, and they make threes. Tatum. Allen keeps it alive on a new shot clock. Second time that they've got the offensive rebound. Nice entry. What a feed! Inside! Dealt with injuries, suspensions, the roles of players a bit up in the air. So it's been a roller coaster ride for this team throughout the first half of their conference schedule.
It really has been. Like you said, the lack of continuity, Coach K being out, a lot of chatter, a lot of distractions. But I thought last week, big wins on the road at Wake, Notre Dame, they're starting to come together as a team. Like that, Jackson,
that's maybe to make a statement in the conference. Roll to the rim. Jeter had it knocked away and a turnover. Jeter is injured. Tatum on a crossover. Back to her feed. A little more expansive in my game. Nice open look for pass. Jackson's jumper in and out. Jefferson tips it in. Suffocating this trip. Floater, no. Rebound ripped down by Tatum. And they step it up on the defensive end. They are into the game. Allen kicks. Jefferson to the rim. Well, years ago, Larry Custodiak fell down in the lane. Bill Laimbeer was during the playoffs. Everybody wanted to blame Laimbeer, who was known for whatever. And it was a good clean play. They're going to react like that, no question. Another tip ball by Johnson. Amazingly a turnover. Amazing. That wingspan covers two areas. Extra pass. Shot clock one. Good luck. Oh.
With the ball, and he can also shoot it, though that one's a little bit long.
And that time much better by Tatum. He held his block out a little bit. It's going to be huge. But Tatum rebounds, screens, runs.
Tatum ran the floor that time, Dan, and wanted the alley-oop from Allen, but Grayson got better of it, and he's getting his typical on-the-road reception. The second half, he'll be going right into the Notre Dame crowd when the Blue Devils have the ball. Amile Jefferson, good move.
And that was sweet. A little crossover from the left. And make sure that you run, like right now, run. But I'm going through these two guys.
Vestoria missed that three. He's an excellent shooter, but he scuffled in the game against Georgia Tech on Saturday. He was just 1 of 7 from the floor and 1 of 4 from 3, and the Blue Devils off to a...
There it is again.
Yep. There's 2 of them for him. Amile Jefferson at the elbow, backing down Bonzi and Hill.
Wow.
Like a nifty little hook shot, 13-10.
Transferred from Wisconsin. Milwaukee picks up the first personal. Jefferson straight to the rim, as we told you, and he gets it to
them at the end of the game here, so they had been giving up some leads.
Well, Middleglue made a nice move and then short-armed the little hook. Allen on the other end gives it up, and Tatum receives it on the dribble handoff there by Jefferson. Strong move by Amile. Count the basket.
Even though they have some players with experience, they have a few who have not played for a while. Nice move to the bucket.
25 times. You're going to have a great opportunity to win, but it's hard to do because they really do defend.
Jackson now to Jefferson. And the crowd loves the effort. West Virginia lost twice last week to fall to 18th in the country, but they knocked Baylor off when Baylor was #1 in the nation for just 1 week. The only week in school history they were #1. Now they'll try to take down #2. Jefferson left wide open.
Almost ad nauseum all the injuries, but that has absolutely been a major issue for this team all season long.
Jefferson the drive and the finish.
Along to freshman Kai Bowman. And Boston College making a concerted effort to really push it at Duke. Kennard. Jones. Finds space. Bounce pass Jefferson. 2 games. Tied at 11 on 5 in a row by the senior Jones. And another turnover. And here is Allen. Bounce pass. Jefferson layup. Robinson looking for room against Jackson. A long 2. Not sure that that's the shot you want. You've got to move the defense around. Allen trying to find a seam. Here's Tatum baseline. Spins around Owens. Jefferson. Oh, nicely done. Drop step. Possible here today given the weather. A lot of people had to work very hard to make it happen. You're right, Wes. No question. 6-point lead for the Blue Devils. And Allen finds Jefferson again. Capel told us he had a meeting with Jefferson. He said, hey, you're very important to this team, but you're even more important to me right now. Yep. And here is Jefferson.
And you're going to have to score.
Allen kicks it out. He's doing a good job penetrating. Another rebound and a good pass down low. And an easy layup. Percent from the floor, 61% from three-point land.
It's a 1-3-1 look now. It's dropped back into a 2-3 every time. Let's see if they keep this on just to give Duke a completely different look, and they're keeping it on. and trapping.
Who gets the last shot?
Beautiful.
Pretty play to Jefferson down.
I kind of count the conference games as losses too.
A tip in there from Amile Jefferson in double figures tonight.
Georgia Tech right now is a bit defenseless. They're just sort of absorbing body blow after body blow. When the ball moves, then things open up and they can't recover. And
Jefferson on the 4 assists a game.
I believe that's where his biggest impact is felt, where he's not on the court, is his ability to make his teammates better. Young man who most likely will be one of the first 3 picks in the NBA draft, but his production is going to have to go way up.
Amile Jefferson finally in the ACC. Gotta find him. Hokies like that matchup. LeVay versus Jefferson.
A year ago, and all signs again over the summer and into the fall were positive. And they went back in and cleaned it up in October. And so we missed the first 11 games of the year, seeing limited time this week.
It's only natural to hesitate after injury. It's in the back of your mind, but the more you play and the more you sweat and do well, that goes away, and you just play the game free and easy.
Really pile up. Elon, 17 turnovers, only 3, Paul, for Duke.
Well, the Phoenix came out strong, and they stayed strong in the first half.
Here's Tatum. Big rebound by Jefferson again, and he sticks. I mean, the way he's played so far this season, if this keeps up, he's an All-American in waiting as he cashes in again.
Big 3 late in that game in 1991 set the tone for them to go to that championship and beat Kansas, Mark Ramble and company.
Then the next year, won another one against Michigan, 2 of the 5 for Mike Krzyzewski.
They were like UNLV. They were the favorites the following year.
Amile Jefferson, hard drive for 2.
Mooring with the jumper. They'll need some 3 balls to keep it a little respectable.
Junior out of Chicago, Jovan Mooring, with his 7th 3 of the year for UNLV. 4th meeting all time, Duke and UNLV, the 2 memorable ones in 90 and 91.
Well, Duke doesn't want to remember the one in 90. What a nice move inside. By the way of Mr. Buckeye, Larry Wade, Zanesville's proud guy, a friend of mine. He made sure he told me John Diebler, number 1. And he was followed by right there, and then Jay Burson was number 3.
There's Amile Jefferson for the select. It's turnover number 18 for UNLV.
You know, this is something that you want to build on. If you're Marvin Menzies, I remember when I did the Olympic Games back there, and our first great Olympic team, and you know, all those great players, Magic, Bird, Barkley, etc. And that team, Jordan, the European countries, and the far.
Impressive start for him, averaging 15 points a game. Nice save there by Jefferson on the baseline.
Jefferson, good inside player, block shots, rebound. Look at him run the court. Tremendous transition. There's that transition game.
Still Tatum came away with it.
So you got to get back in transition. That was a concern of Mike White. They shoot the 3 well in transition.
Jefferson gobbles it up and lays it in.
He is so active on the inside. Come on the floor. People expect him to be a super right away.
Joseph bounced that one. Pretty sloppy pass. And now Kennard leading the charge for the Duke Blue Devils. A Sweet 16 team last year. Expectations much higher for this group. Jefferson again. Pounding into the lane, and they can't stop him.
They can't handle him one-on-one. It's like a mismatch right second area, and a lot of good things happen. You can score, you can get fouled, and you can find open people if they give help on you.
Jefferson commanding the ball. Here he comes again. Strong move with that left hand.
He utilized the left hand exceptionally well. They had that good start also against Gonzaga in the second half. Gonzaga took over. I love that one freshman. They got Zach Collins. Oh, too easy.
Jefferson with the stuff after the. Allen flips an errant pass, barely collected. Now collision, and Kennard comes away with it.
You don't want to foul this guy.
For Tatum.
Oh, are you kidding me? He's got a smooth package.
Kennard.
Oh, look
Great
at
dish.
that.
Jefferson again.
Are you serious? That's basketball at its best. They're going to go to him. Barry trying to check him. Oh, block shot by Barry.
The bounce here for Jefferson. Spins to his right, staying with it. 2 more.
Takes you one-on-one. He's really so effective.
Double. He has 14 points and 7 rebounds. Actually 16 points and another basket.
And tip in by
Allen trying to get into it. Nothing there, but guess who? Once again, it's Jefferson.
Cannot handle him. It's been a total mismatch on the interior with Amile Jefferson. Yeah, they do. They never do a lot of concentration on Kennard and on Jefferson.
Under 12 to play here in our nightcap. Jefferson's had another big night with a lot of this. Backing into his right and backs in 2 more.
One-on-one. They can't blame. See, they refuse to run.
Half left. Jackson bouncing for Kennard. Inside again. Jefferson continues to have.
Is they could do it throughout December, Mike.
Jefferson, the senior, hands it off to Kennard. Kennard, oh, beautiful feed to Jefferson, hoping the harm. Without Grayson Allen and Frank Jackson today. A couple of the freshmen seeing action as Kennard misfires. Both Allen and Jackson out resting, nothing disciplinary. Of course, Grayson Allen has been bothered by that toe injury. Jefferson on a running layup on the left side.
New York. Yeah, they'll make some strides in the America East Conference.
Jefferson, runner, got it.
You know what? When
Tatum leads the break. Tatum all the way. Rims out. And here for the tap in is Jefferson. Timeout on the floor. It's an 11-point lead.
And I think Maine's doing a good job of just staying within distance of the Blue Devils.
Jefferson, that's a move and a shot.
Ball screen on the side. Matt Jones didn't do it and allowed the guard to come all the way across the top of the key.
Jefferson left alone, says top floor for the slam.
I'll tell you what, I know he's... Brankovich's dad, Stock Joe, played 5 NBA seasons with the Celtics, the Timberwolves, the Clippers, 2 Olympic teams for Yugoslavia.
Count the basket. And Frank Jackson getting a rest today.
And I'll tell you, the other freshman that's a good player is the young man right now with the ball, number 41, Jack White from Australia. Went to the Australian Institute of Sport, and that...
Killing this team against better competition.
Bridges for 3. Way off. Down with a rebound, Allen.
And that's the kind of shot that usually leads to a transition opportunity.
Jefferson, the 5th-year senior. Duke's on the board. Cubs fan said, quote, he's our Ben Zobrist. He does everything. Zobrist, of course, infielder, outfielder, switch hitter, does so many different things. And Matt Jones, offensively and defensively, that kind of a player for Duke.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. You did have kind of a blank look on your face.
No, that's because I'm a Dodger fan, and the Cubs eviscerated the Dodgers.
That's true.
I think he's more a Corey Seager.
Yeah.
Jeff had a couple of different workouts. It's only a matter of time. It's just there's no timetable. But Jason Tatum was saying after his workout, he feels close. Who knows what that means? I don't. But ooh, that's
that should
good
be a
basket.
goaltend, right? Yes.
He didn't take it. I thought Tom Izzo was going to kill him for a shot that he didn't take.
Jefferson, the offensive rebound.
And Harris, that Bridges just steps into the middle. That's a really well-designed play.
On the offensive glass. Very graciously. I think you're really doing a nice job.
He is one of a million players passing that number.
Kennedy Meeks, we ran that graphic when he started the game with exactly your point total last week. Now happening right within the Duke.
Looking at a team that's got 8 McDonald's All-Americans and guys that maybe 5 first-round draft picks.
And again, no timetable for their return, but they all are starting to do a little bit more. Harry Giles went through a workout yesterday. Tatum today. Bolden was in the layup line tonight, as was Giles. Sweet feed from Allen to Jefferson.
Getting in off the dribble. Jim Fox trying to fire his team up a little bit defensively, pushing the ball, pushing the defense up the floor in the three-quarter court.
Frank Jackson, the only shooter who hasn't buried a 3 yet. Jefferson missed a layup earlier. He's not going to miss twice.
Try to match him defensively.
Jeter couldn't finish. Jefferson can.
God.
Are they just looking mostly for defense and dunks from him? Jefferson.
Can.
Jefferson takes it, makes it. In trouble just completing a pass.
Yeah, and so that's what they make you do, and they make you take risks and they turn you over. The best thing you can hope for is a dead ball turnover so you can get back defensively.
Allen playing with 3 personal fouls. Jefferson backs down Kinney for 2. Blue Devils home for Michigan State Tuesday night, 9:30, as Jefferson gets
the ball that well. Of course, opposing teams are going to run you off that three-point line, giving you driving lanes. And one of the things about Duke right now, without having that depth, they're not going to have much rim protection. So if you're William and Mary, you want to try to exploit that as much as you possibly can. Jefferson in the low blocks over Rowley, and he gets the roll. It's not there for William and Mary. 2 for 9 now. They made it 2 of their first 3. We mentioned earlier, Duke holding opponents to 19.8% from beyond the three-point arc. So that's one of the staples of what they've done defensively. So if you're going to have to beat Duke at the rim, which makes Whitman's absence. 16 points, halftime lead, down to 11. And William and Mary, you know, Coach Shaver told us he didn't feel as though his team was prepared for the mental toughness, the physical toughness. That all factor when the game starts, and by the time you look at the scoreboard, Duke's already up by 20, and you're playing catch-up. William and Mary didn't have that. They hung in early, but as this game has gone along, they've allowed Duke to have this comfortable double-digit lead, and Amile Jefferson continues to play the line. And number 2 players coming out of high school on your team, and these guys are guys that, if the rules allowed it, they wouldn't even be in college. They would have gone straight to the NBA. They're that good. So
saved by Jackson on the baseline. Good defensive play by Allen in transition.
Out for Kennard, always dangerous beyond the three-point line. Slams on the brakes. Jefferson, a quick touch and knocks in 2. Kicks it back out, is Allen.
Oh, great fake.
Off the fake, great dish. And underneath, Jefferson has to follow his own miss. Kennard beyond the three-point line. Again, Jefferson rolling. He wanted it once more. They get it to him in the paint. Backing down. He spins for 2.
What a terrific move. Not go down. Not going to lock up defensively. Great spacing. Duke gets tremendous spacing. Always 15, 17 feet apart. Make it difficult for you to get help. Oh,
Allen,
two-man
over the top. Hesitation, and he made it. Questions. Got a chance to see the game from a different angle. He thought it was great for him.
Yeah, he said it really has helped him learn a little bit more about the game other than just going up and down the floor. A little full court pressure right now by the Rams. In trouble as they're down 12. Let's see what Duke does here.
Jones on the attack, jumping into the lane. The dish for Jefferson. They can't stop him.
They do a great job. Good ball movement right there. Excellent ball movement. There's the drive into the lane where good things happen.
It won't roll in, but the follow.
And I really feel that when we look at the game, the court dimensions have not changed. But the players have changed over the years. The physicality, the strength, the athleticism. And based on that, I think they should go to 6 fouls. So many times in the first 3 minutes of the game, 2 quick whistles and a star sitting on the sideline. Name me another sport that happens. Doesn't happen certainly in football. It doesn't happen in baseball. I mean, you work all week with your star, and then a guy comes along with the whistle, and he's sitting next to you.
Coach K, his response to you, a nice move there by Jefferson to drop in too. Does it?
Nice move by Martin. I really like Martin. I like Matthews too, even though he's not had a solid game. Gotta like the toughness of Garrett, Terrell and Iverson. They got some good athletes.
Expectations are very high to win the A-10. Many predicting that Rhode Island will go on to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 1999.
I believe the last time they went was in the Jim Herrick.
Ranked number 21 coming into this championship game of the Hall of Fame tip-off. Shot clock at 5. Jefferson with a strong move off the window.
And there's another example.
The game, he says, look, they'll play when their injuries heal. It's not a question of holding them back or getting ready for the long run. They're just not physically able to play, and we really don't know when they will be.
Yeah, it's really a shame. As college basketball fans are definitely wanting to see that group work together.
Allen left his feet with nowhere to go, but Jefferson picks up the loose change, bailing him out.
I think they're going to be a team that can eventually contend in the Big Ten.
They told us as far as today's game, he says, we got to worry about us. We can't worry about the name on the uniform of our opponent tomorrow, meaning the 5-time national champion Duke Blue Devils. Low block Jefferson backs his way in.
Injury, and he's not nearly as aggressive. You're watching how he moves. It's pretty well around the perimeter, but not nearly as explosive. Only took four shots in that first half.
All righty, Chase Jeter, very heavily recruited young man coming out of high school 2 years ago, number 11 in the ESPN 100. Amile Jefferson might have been the best player on the floor in the first half. He's got 6 points to go along with 7 rebounds.
Yeah, and that's just too easy coming out of high school in that high school All-American game. But my goodness, putting somebody on a poster.
Bernard dumps down to Jefferson. Terrific penetration, set it up. 8 points and 8 rebounds for Jefferson. But Watkins couldn't quite provide the oop to Carr's alley. This is Jones slowing things down. This is the biggest lead of the afternoon for the Blue Devils at 14.
This is danger zone right here for Penn State.
Allen drove, left for the trailer Jefferson, and the foul. American entering the senior year 105. Jefferson. He has been a monster off the board.
I'll tell you what, it's grown man playing with boys, but right now with Jefferson, he is just a
closeouts to these guys. That means you got to stick with them. And that's going to open up some driving lanes.
And again, Mason guarding Allen here in the early going. Jackson is on Jones. Jefferson gets free underneath.
You look at this backcourt, it's amazing to me. Devontae Graham was supposed to go to Appalachian State, and Frank Mason had committed to Towson. And they are arguably the best starting backcourt in the country.
Jefferson.
Self, Curtis Townsend, Norm Roberts, they've all got 2 also.
What you think, by the way, what you think of Kentucky in their win over Michigan State at game 1?
How good was Malik Monk? Holy cow.
Nice move there.
Finish over the top. He's taken a couple of questionable ones. His last jump shot was a bad shot.
Jefferson got it.
Both ends of the floor. Dan Marley a little concerned about how this really thin group is going to react to this environment.
And only 3 players in uniform tonight for Grand Canyon that actually scored a point for this team last year. Jefferson has scored points last 2 years for the USC Trojans.
And who knows, this, you know, with every absence, there's an opportunity. And for Shaq Carr, these next 2 games are going to be crazy. He's going to be on the floor a lot.
And the starting point guard, Dwayne Russell, unavailable first 2 games of the year for the Lopes. Jefferson off the window and down.
Really opened up the paint area, and it was a nice job of him working into the lane and getting some room to operate.
Martin averaged 4.5 per game last season, has 5 here in the opening half. Jefferson twisting for
ball on that play, spent a lot of time getting into that move.
Defense, Jefferson, Jeter slammed it over. Jefferson taking it himself and one.
So a little bit of his own press here, and what an advantage to have Jefferson on the point.
6'9", helping disrupt things and cashing it in again.
Certainly
have the opportunity to become a gem in that mid-major category.
Amazes me still, I was looking at that they still put Gonzaga and Wichita State on a mid-major level. Come on.
Jefferson